Well, on this episode we're going to do something really different.
Yes, we're going to Cairns with the kids.
On an aeroplane. We've left our caravan behind and we're going to meet our boys and go to Cairns. So we'll meet you in Cairns.
Stay tuned. Okay, so we've arrived. It was a bit of a shaky start to start off with.
This airport and these plane business, it's a bit stressful. We're in Cairns now. And Glenn and I, we've been creating some great memories over the years. And we just figure our boys, they're in their early 20s and we need to make some memories with them. So that's what this is about. We've ditched the caravan for a little bit. We caught an aeroplane and we're now in a cabin in a caravan park. Beautiful cabin, by the way.
Yeah, so we promised this trip to Jared because of his issues that he had in hospital a couple of years ago now.
You might remember 2 years ago, those who have been following us on Facebook, about our son who nearly lost his life 2 years ago, and was a full 12 months that needed our full-time care.
Yeah.
And so we might pop some photos up of that. But he travelled with us for a good 12 months while he needed our care. And now that he's better, we felt it was time that we take him and his brother on a trip and we have some special time as the family. So that's what we're doing. And you'll get to meet the boys tomorrow.
Yeah, because they drive us crazy.
But we love them to bits. That's isn't that what most families are about?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, here we are at the Armoury Museum. Now this is Jared and Luke. They're our boys. Jared is the one next to Glenn and Luke on the end there. And they're a little bit shy to talk. But the main reason that Jared wanted to come to Cairns was for the Artillery Museum. And that was all he could think about while he was sick, was getting to the museum. So that's what we're here for. So we'll go inside and see all the tanks. Those of you who have been following us for a little while will know how much of an enthusiast Glenn is of history and military history. But he's actually passed that interest on to our boys, and Luke is just as interested as his dad. But Jared has actually gone to uni to do a history degree, and he's chosen subjects that focus on war history in particular. So he's really in his element here today. This museum would be without a doubt, the largest military museum in Australia. There are possibly hundreds of vehicles here. Some rare ones.
So, short magazine Lee Enfield started life in 1902 as the Lee Metford, which was a 7-round internal magazine, but basically the same mechanism. That's a pretty good shoot. Oh, I don't know. I don't mind these at all in the 10s. I don't mind anything in the 9s. Yeah, that's a sign of you getting a little bit fatigued, I think.
Yeah.
Back at the resort, we all jumped in the spa to relax after that big day. The next day we headed up the Caravan Range to visit Rainforestation. Our first adventure for the day was a trip in an army duck through the rainforest. It took us from land to water, just like that.
of the wheels will become ineffective. When that occurs, I will put the propeller into gear and it will be a boat. And that will be about now. Motor's off, but we're still moving. It's floating. When I chance it's female. If you want to know for sure, you get the butterfly to stop. The males have 3 grey spots on the outside back corner of the... You don't have to. If hope you have a good day, the rest of your day, and if you've got any questions, feel free to come and talk.
The next part of our day was an Aboriginal dance demonstration. This was the dance of the snake, coming for Jared. Our next activity was a boomerang throwing lesson.
And a really good snap, really good snap. Keep head level, pull back, you're stepping and you're snapping. That's it. That's it.
Well
brother.
done.
Easy.
My attempt was nowhere near like Luke's.
Stepping with your right foot and snapping.
We had a quick stop at the cafe for lunch as we still had more to see. This giant grasshopper joined us at the table for lunch.
Is he going to stay there?
Grasshoppers. Oh, he comes out.
Oh, we got some chips. Some gravy.
After lunch, we wandered around the animal park section of Rainforest Station.
His tail's very long.
Oh, tree kangaroo. I've never seen them move, Glenn.
Yeah. He's usually been hiding, hasn't he?
And they look a lot smaller from the bottom of a tree when you're looking up at them. He's scratching like a kangaroo. Hello, Mr. Dingo. It's an alpine dingo found in the snow. That's why he's whiter. Oh.
What am I up to?
You're in between an eastern grey and a red. The wildlife park here at Rainforest Station is only a small park, but it's really well done, with quite a good variety of animals on display. We spent most of the day at Rainforest Station, so by this stage it was time to head back to the resort for a fun game of mini golf. This is the condo that we're staying in at the Cairns Coconut. They're only new. They opened them just a few weeks ago, and they're very nice. It is very extravagant, so much different to a caravan, but it is a family holiday. This is inside of our apartment, the Skyview Condo Superior. So it's quite a big area. It's got a dishwasher and an oven and a full-size fridge. So we've managed to fill up that pantry on the end there as well. So it's quite a long way, the from the outdoor barbecue area, which I'll show you now. This is our outdoor bottom story veranda with its barbecue, and then through then to the living area, up to the end to the kitchen. It's 3 bedroom, so you can see through there, that's a queen bed in there. Oh, full laundry here, washer and dryer, we've been using that. And then there's another bedroom down here, which is the main bedroom. So it has a king size bed. We lose each other. Need to send out the UHF to find where we are with that bed, with an ensuite. And up the end opposite the kitchen, we have the kids' room, which we've got Jared in that room there. 4 bunks. Nice comfy bunks. All air conditioned too. I forgot to mention the main bathroom even has a bathtub, which is handy for families, little kids on holidays. That's a doorway from our main bedroom with that massive king size bed. Comes out to the veranda, up to the spiral staircase. Just come up those spiral stairs to our top level with views of the splash park. And it's a nice little sitting area here for happy hour. It's a beautiful cabin. You can't go to Cairns without visiting their fantastic aquarium. There's some beautiful marine life here, but it's not all about fish. They also have animals from the rainforest as well, so there's plenty to see. Wants to get Wally.
Yeah, where's Wally?
He wants to walk on the roof. He's having a hard time with it, isn't he?
Hanging on with one finger. This aquarium tunnel is really cool, with all sorts of sea creatures swimming above and around you. It's easy to spend lots of time here. So after another big day, we head back to our apartment for some family time, some cuddles and a sausage sizzle. It's amazing how good a sausage and onion sandwich tastes after a huge day. We've come for a drive south of Cairns down to Babinda. This is the Babinda Boulders Walk. This is the view from the viewing platform at the end of the walk. There are big holes there in those rocks. We've only gone for a short walk. It didn't take long for it to fill up with swimmers. It is a lovely spot. We found some interesting and some colourful fungi on the walk around Babinda Boulders. I'm in the back seat of our hire car, and we've come down to Etty Bay now on the search for cassowaries. We've seen them here before we've seen them, they're plentiful. So hoping today is our lucky day. Camouflaged in there is a Jared. Loves climbing on rocks, exploring. We weren't lucky enough to see any cassowaries today, but I will put in some footage of when we saw them last time we were in Eddy Bay. Watching this guy walk along the beach was an amazing sight. It's the kind of thing you see in the tourist brochures, and we got to see it for real. Our next stop was the Mamu Rainforest Canopy Walkway, which is inland from Innisfail. And wasn't it nice for these 2 Ulysses butterflies to meet us in the car park? This is the 10-metre long cantilever walkway, which is suspended over the forest floor. Glenn's too busy bouncing. And of course, Glenn can't help himself.
Oh, there's walkway. This is not the tower.
No.
This is the walkway.
Can be up to 1,200 metres in altitude.
Number 25.
Walnut.
Walnut.
Torum walnut.
No.
Only found between Cape Tribulation and Tully.
Okay, well that's here. Just look at him. Look at that hairy caterpillar thing.
He ain't moving for nobody.
No, only in the rainforest. They look like they could be fluoro, don't they?
Yeah.
Or the blue fruit, not edible. It's pretty though.
And this is the 37-metre observation tower. There are 2 viewing platforms. This is on our way to the very top. While we were stopped at the first viewing platform, we spotted this giant praying mantis. He'd be as big as the palm of your hand, wouldn't he? This is the view from the first viewing platform, and then this is from the very top. Once we'd had time to admire the view, it was time to head back down and then head off to our next stop on our drive day, Milla Milla Falls. You can swim at the base of Milla Milla Falls, but for us it was just a quick stop as it was getting really late in the day. We planned to see a lot more things on this drive day, but Milla Milla Falls is an hour and a half from Cairns, so we realised that we really have to split this day trip into 2. After our huge day, none of us felt like cooking, so it was a good excuse to head to Hemingway's Brewery for dinner. After dinner, the boys decided to go out for ice cream before we wandered around the night markets, although they were mainly eateries and we all had full bellies, so instead we wandered around the Foreshore Lagoon area, which is beautifully lit up at night time. The next day we set off on a day trip around the Tablelands region, and our first stop was Lake Eacham. Lake Eacham is a volcanic crater created thousands of years ago, and there's a beautiful 3-kilometre walk around the lake. Lake Eacham, very green. This is the turtle spotting platform coming up. On our walk around the lake, we found this fig parrot having a good old munch. He was really tame. We got so close, or he was more interested in his fig. This is the cathedral fig tree. Have a go at all those roots, those climbers, and oh, that's what we came to see. I'm just wondering, where is the host tree? Underneath all those strangler vines. This shot shows the size of the tree, when you see little Jared sitting right down the bottom. Our next stop on our Tablelands drive day was Malanda Falls. We're inside Malanda Visitor Centre. It's very informative. Lots of information panels and videos and touch screens. There's a tree kangaroo over here. Very hands-on. This is the other large tree. It's the curtain fig walk. This one's a big one too. Eventually the host tree's all gone. You can see the angle cut out of the fallen one. Here they come, some sort of marathon race.
Very descriptive, Mum.
What do you think it's called?
I think it's a biathlon.
Okay.
Marathon race.
Well, it could be any sort of... Look at all the cars. We're heading to the Yungaburra Memorial. The Yungaburra Avenue of Honour is dedicated to those who served in Afghanistan. There's some sort of inter-school carnival happening here at Lake Tinaroo, which is nice to see the place getting used, the parklands getting used. But the Avenue of Honour here at Yungaburra, the Serenity, I suppose, is not quite the same as it usually is when we're here just strolling quietly, reading all the plaques. Lloyd's suspension bridge. It just has to. Nearly lost it. This is in Yungaburra. I'm not going till he gets to the other end. There's supposed to be platypus down in this creek, but it is the middle of the day, so we'd have to be lucky. We weren't lucky enough to see any platypus this time, but we did see some turtles. So that's the end of our Atherton drive day, but we've still got so much more to see. We're only halfway through this holiday, and we've still got Cape Tribulation, Caravan, and even another shooting session. So we're going to have to wrap this episode up here and show you all that good stuff in our next episode.
Just about wraps up. Looks like it's going to be a part one of a two-part.
A bit too much content, we think, for one episode of this family getaway in the cabin. We'll continue with a part 2 on our next episode. So if you've liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't.
Give us a comment.
All right, and we'll see you on the next episode. See ya.